Hello, folks, and welcome to a brand spanking new episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. I'm your host, John, and with me this week, not only do we have Solon.
Yeah, that's right. I'm here. You found me. I'm back from Texas.
You were behind the curtain. You were hiding, and I pulled the curtain aside, and I saw you, and it was surprising.
Whoop, hello.
And not only do we have Solon, but we actually have a special guest this week. This week, we brought on Alfredo, the creator of such classic vids as Dangan Wrestling, Undertale Wrestling, and now Doki Doki Wrestling Club. Alfredo.
Hey. That's an incredible resume, Alfredo.
What's up? That's me. I did that stuff. I'm the best, right? Also, I'm sorry about it. I'm sorry I made all this stuff.
Real swing there, saying you're the best and then immediately apologizing.
Hey, that's my personality.
It's not fair. Like, that means other people can't be the best, because Alfredo's taken it all.
Should have done this stuff sooner, huh?
Absolutely. Now, I'm just shocked that we got someone as powerful as you on the podcast. I feel like last time we had someone that shook the Richter scale with their might appearing on this show was when we had Soda Milk, the creators of some of the greatest videos of all time.
Soda Milk. Yes.
Where they mixed soda and milk.
Whoa.
And that was... I'm just saying, you're in a good place here, Alfredo.
We've really upped the stakes, because now we're missing dongans in wrestling.
Absolutely.
Weird. Soda milk, huh? That sounds gross.
It is.
It is.
I'm pretty sure I'm lactose intolerant, so that would be the worst.
If you weren't before, you would have been after watching it.
Well, soda and milk.
You're not the one drinking it.
Anime and wrestling, whatever. We all mix things together that don't go together. Or do they, actually?
Now, that was what I wanted to start off asking you. So, where did this all come from? I feel like that's an easy question to ask for the first one.
Actually, I want to take it a step further. Do you like anime?
I tolerate anime.
Do you more, I guess, even less importantly, do you like wrestling?
I also tolerate wrestling.
Okay.
They're basically the same thing, honestly. Like that's where a lot of this stuff came from. Is I wanted to prove that anime and wrestling are basically the same thing. So a lot of my stuff is like a campaign towards achieving that goal.
Okay, because something that I've seen that you created that has gone all over the place. Like, people post it without knowing who you are, without knowing the rest of your work, was that gif of, like, Bray Wyatt summoning Hatsune Miku from the Steam.
Oh, shit.
That is an iconic gif, and I think that truly encapsulates what your work is. It is just taking a game, or an anime, or a game that is basically an anime, and mashing it together with wrestling. So what's your development process here for these videos? What do you do from start to finish with each of these series?
So, like, when I first started these things, it was just I was making, like, specifically with Dog on Wrestling, the Danganronpa series, like, I just wanted to make just a weird video about Danganronpa and wrestling. So I would use the WWE, the in-game story creator, to make these cutscenes or whatever, and I would just write them on the fly. Like, I would just say, okay, Monokuma's in this scene, he beats up John Cena, what's going to happen next? I don't know, I'll have to figure it out when I get to that scene. So it was all just like, I would release like a new episode every week or something like that, because it was just like, I didn't put any thought into making these dumb videos. I just thought it was funny. But it's not until, like, Dog on Wrestling episode 5 that I decided to actually write the script ahead of time and actually think about a story, a narrative to follow through with. So that's when I actually started caring about the production quality of my videos, I guess. But before then, it was just like a bunch of dumb jokes that I uploaded them to YouTube. I didn't expect anyone to watch them. So that's kind of the thing. It's just the production is, I just think of something dumb and I just did it. That's how it started out, at least.
Absolutely. So that was how it was back then. Now you're putting out like 20, 30-minute long videos for the Doki Doki Wrestling Club, and it's edited. You're taking the sprites of the Doki Doki Wrestling Club girls and
oh my god, I put
having people do voice acting now. It's a lot. So how did it get to this point?
I just had a lot of free time because I was unemployed. So I had the time to make all this stuff and edit this stuff. And I just wanted to learn how to edit videos. And, so like I know the length of these videos, I know people don't like watching long videos. So like when I make these videos, I don't really intend, I mean, I want people to watch them, but I don't expect people to watch them. I expect, when I released Undertale Wrestling, it was like a 40-minute video, and people was like, oh crap, this is 40-minute long video about Undertale and wrestling. Who would put that much effort into this thing? I was like, well, I did, because I just thought it would be funny. Like, and I get all the, with the voice actors and stuff, I never really expected to be able to pull off the voice acting thing. I didn't even know people, would, be interested in voicing, for my videos. But I was in the shower one day and I was like, you know what? I really want, because, I don't know if you guys have played Danganronpa, but in those games, the class trials are voice acted. So I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to make a class trial with WWE wrestlers, and I want it to be all voice acted. And I didn't think I'd actually be able to do it, but I just wanted to experiment and see if I could do it, and it turns out I could do it. So, it is very strange that I put so much effort into these videos, and, they're not super mega popular, but I just like making cool stuff, and it's more for myself than for anyone else. So, I'm a perfectionist about some of this stuff. So, yeah, I don't know if that answers the question or not. So,
no, it totally looks that way. Whenever I was watching the videos, I was like, wow, this is like so thoroughly done, and it felt like love. Like there's times when you're really totally critical about Danganronpa, wrestling, Doki Doki, and maybe comical or facetious about things, but it always comes from like this place of love. And it always also felt like your voice actors were also giving their love to it too, which is kind of interesting, because what you get when you combine things like Danganronpa or Doki Doki and wrestling is you get voice actors.
It's really surprising that I guess, when I put out a casting call out there, I put out, hey, I'm making a wrestling / whatever, project audition for me or whatever. And I guess it should be, obvious to me now, but this will attract people who already like wrestling. So like, I was surprised to learn that, the voice actress I got for Natsuki already loves wrestling. The voice actress for Kirigiri, I don't know if she liked wrestling before Doggone Wrestling, but she sure as hell likes wrestling now. And like, it's like, it's very strange to me that I expected having to explain these wrestling storylines to my voice actors or whatever, and they already know about it because they already watch. Wow, not everybody, obviously, but it's still crazy to me that there are people out there that are into this stuff, and like the Venn diagram between wrestling and anime fans is a lot larger than I thought it would be, which again is kind of the point of this. All this stuff is to prove that wrestling is anime.
So we've gone through kind of the process of creating these videos. Are there any favorite moments, perhaps, that you want to point out from the past videos, or maybe something that got like put on the cutting room floor that you wish that you could put in, or something like that? Are there any scenes that you want to highlight?
Well, there's this one story, because you brought up the Miku Bray Wyatt thing. I've told this story before at some of my panels or whatever, but so when I made that video originally because Hell in a Cell was happening in Dallas, Texas, and I live in Dallas, or near Dallas at the time, and I was planning on going, but I ended up not going, so I just watched the show at home, and in the match itself, Bray Wyatt appeared out of a hologram girl appearing in the ring, distracting Dean Ambrose or whatever. I was like, hologram girl, that's pretty funny. That's like Miku. You know what? I'm gonna try and edit Miku into that, and post it on Tumblr because, that'd be funny. Like everything else, I'm just going to do it because it's be funny. And like, I posted it online, and like, it blew up huge to the point where, like, there were Japanese news blogs writing about how Miku actually appeared at a wrestling event, which obviously didn't happen. It's so easy, and people will go on the YouTube comments and type, "Oh, this is so fake. This is so obviously it's fake." I'm like, well, no, duh, it's fake. It's really easy to go look up the events, on a WWE show on live television and find out Miku wasn't actually there. But it's just so funny that people thought it was real, and then people thought they had to prove it wasn't real. And it's just such a strange story. And, every once in a while, my phone will blow up because people will find that thing on Tumblr and start reblogging it over and over again. And I'll have to turn off notifications for a while because people just keep reblogging this Miku post. Like, happens a couple of times a year. It's just very strange. But that's probably, like, one of the most popular videos I've made. So that's an interesting story, I think. I don't know.
Absolutely. But, for, like, I guess deleted stuff, is there, I mean, do you just put everything out there? Do you just come up with the ideas and then that's what's in there? Or are there a lot of things that you feel like wouldn't fit, or maybe you shuffle it off for a later series or a later episode? Or, like, what's the current writing process here? Because, you talked about earlier, you just came up with whatever, but now you have to come up with a whole big story. What's it like now?
Also, like, nowadays, I don't always have time to work on the script or whatever, so I'll think of something interesting, like, oh, this would be an interesting plot point to bring up. So I'll open up my Microsoft OneNote account and type in some notes like, oh, Monica should be all about this, or this event should happen after this event. I mean, it's hard to get into specifics because I don't want to spoil what I'm writing, but, like, I'll just come up with ideas and then just try and implement them into the story as I'm writing the script, because, again, I don't have much time to write right now. Like, when I was unemployed, I had tons of time to write, but, like, it's hard. I'm going to open up my document right now and see what's on there. But,
oh, we're getting a little sneak peek here, huh?
So, like, it's like, when I'm writing, I'm not a professional writer, even though I should be, because that's what I went to school for English. So, but, like,
y'all out there, hire Alfredo. Get him in the room.
When I'm writing these scripts, it's mainly just trying to think of the dialogue. I guess a lot of the stuff is trying to figure out the characters and how they, because I try to write them in character a lot. Like, I remember before I was writing Doki Doki Wrestling Club, I really wanted to get Sayori's character correct because, her attitude and her, mental state is very important to that series, right? And I didn't want to offend anybody by portraying, depression in some strange, weird way that's not accurate. So I went through, I played, like, there's some Doki Doki Literature Club mod about Sayori and her depression, and people, like, were, raving about it. So I was, okay, I'll do my due diligence and play through this mod, even though it's not official because people are praising it or whatever. So, like, I try and get the characters as close as I can to, like, how they are in their original form. Like, I remember when I was writing Undertale Wrestling, a lot of people praised how I wrote the characters to be similar to how they were in Undertale, like specifically Papyrus. And there were parts where people would criticize how I wrote Sans in that story because Sans, rags on Papyrus too much in my story. And I felt bad about that. And that kind of bugged me for a while. The same thing with Dangan Wrestling, where when I wasn't taking it seriously, where I wrote Kirigiri to be some, super emotional, violent person, which is not how she is in the games at all. So I try and be a lot better about accurately portraying these characters from their original source material, nowadays, at least.
Okay. So speaking of the Undertale Wrestling, something that is very funny is that you can proudly say that you were the first person to mash up Undertale and wrestling.
Yeah.
Did it before the actual creator did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Toby Fox knew about Undertale Wrestling, because when I first made it, like, he posted a GIF from Undertale Wrestling of Papyrus and Sans doing the whatever primetime players entrance from WWE, and GGDG from Cucumber Quest commented about, oh, this Undertale wrestling thing is so weird. Like, Undertale wrestling is my most popular video because, Undertale fans are numerous. And at the time, it was around the time where Undertale first, like a few months after Undertale's release. So it was like prime time for, the fans to make all the weird fan art and have everyone, including the creator, pay attention. But that was years ago. So I'm sure by the time Toby actually made his Undertale, Kenny Omega, whatever, Kenny's Quest thing, he probably forgot about Undertale wrestling. I don't know. But like, I know that Everdread, or whoever that guy is, the guy who designed Omega Flowey, who apparently did some video editing on Kenny's Quest, he commented on Undertale wrestling in the YouTube comments. So I know he's seen it. So at least
that's so cool.
Two people who worked on Kenny's little wrestling Undertale video that showed up at Wrestle Kingdom know about Undertale wrestling. So I think I find that fascinating. And also, I did it first. It was me, not Toby. Even though Toby created Undertale, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It's all about the wrestling part.
Absolutely. All right. I feel like that kind of hits the general questions. Solon, you said that you had some stuff you wanted to ask. Is there anything you want to go ahead and do? And then maybe I'll hit some of the fan questions here.
I had a question about what is easier to voice act? Is it wrestlers or is it animes?
I mean, okay, so for the voice actors, I guess it's an anime because most of the people who are auditioning for this stuff are like, people who have a lot of time because, they generally don't get paid. So a lot of time it's like high schoolers doing these voices, right? So it's easier to find a young, someone wanting to voice a young anime style high schooler or whatever, as opposed to trying to find someone with a deep voice to do Triple H's voice, for instance. Like,
yeah.
So, and like, it's, for Doki Doki Wrestling Club in particular, the reason that it took 4 months to release this video is because it took me basically 4 months to find some Australian voice actors to do the Australian parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because,
to do the parts for the Iconics.
Yes, exactly. I guess an Australian accent, I assume, is really hard to do, because I can't really do one. And, like, I don't know, it's just, I guess accents are harder to come by, especially if they're not like, traditional, like, British accent or whatever. And plus, people want to get, I understand, like, people want to get paid. So, if I'm not, because I can't really afford to pay voice actors right now, it's harder to find people appropriate for the roles, or people who at least have a good microphone. That's like the big thing that I want, is people with a good microphone.
Well, that turned out incredible. It was definitely worth the wait.
Oh yeah, totally. They did a great job. Like, all the voice actors I worked with are incredible, and I'm surprised that they are willing to put up with my weird ideas. And
have there been any times where the voice actors have been like, what the hell does this mean, or could you maybe rewrite this because this is too wild?
That's the thing, though. I always expect them to say something like that, like, oh, I'm not saying this is too dumb, I'm not going to do this. But no one's ever asked any questions. No one's ever asked to like rewrite a part or say, oh, can I do something different? And maybe it's because we're not professionals. At least I'm not a professional, so there's not really expectation about what should and shouldn't be, I guess, recorded for. Okay. I don't know, because like,
that sounds like it's a cue to go wilder.
Oh, maybe, but I don't want to be too weird. It's already weird enough.
Oh, they'll tell you when.
Oh, probably, actually. There are times, honestly, the hardest part is pronunciation, because there are some, wrestler names that are strange. Like, I remember when I was doing Doggone Wrestling, the most mispronounced name was Paul Heyman. People would say, like, Paul Hyman. I'm like,
oh no,
like, that's not exactly right, but maybe I'll keep it because that's funny. I don't know, but like,
it's right around it.
Yeah, it's always, especially like if you're trying to cast a voice for someone who already exists, like someone who has a actual voice, like a John Cena or Triple H. It's a harder. I mean, whenever I put the auditions out, I'm like, I have examples of this is what they sound like in real life, but you don't have to do an exact match, whatever. I'm not too picky about that sort of thing. So, but
yeah, John Cena especially is tough because he's got like 3 different voices.
Oh yeah,
that he's constantly moving between.
Like the John Cena I thought he was. It was obvious he knew about wrestling. The voice actor I got for John Cena in Doggone It Wrestling, and he was super good. He also did Chris Jericho's voice, and I think he's like a professional voice actor now because I think I looked it up later, and he's like doing like car commercials or something. So that's kind of neat. Like,
hey, you're out here starting careers.
I know, maybe, I don't know. Like, I always tell my voice actors, like, if you ever become super big, hey, remember Doggone Wrestling, please.
I mean, weirder shit has happened. Like, I'm trying to remember I think the voice actor for I don't remember the exact character, but I just remember there's like a pretty prolific voice actor that like got his start by like singing songs for Salty Bet.
Oh man, I didn't even know about that. Wow.
Yeah, and like people hate his songs because they're like really annoying.
Hey,
but
Salty Bet for you, man.
Yeah, that is how it is. I think I don't remember if he was like one of the Persona 5 characters or something.
Ooh,
I don't remember.
Wow.
But it was a pretty big role. It's just very funny, like seeing that guy around and being like, "Oh yeah, no, that's the dude that sang all those really bad songs about betting your salt and waifus and all that mess."
That's awesome. Yeah, like a lot of these amateur voice actors, like I assume that eventually they want to get into the industry, and they're always like super good. I think they are. Like, eventually I would love to pay them for their roles for all the work they've been doing for me, but. Budget's tight when I'm just doing this stuff for fun, especially when I'm using like copyrighted characters. And any day now, Spike Chunsoft can knock on my door and be like, "Hey, stop that Danganronpa wrestling bullshit." So
true.
It's
you're probably walking a thin line pretty consistently.
Yeah, I mean, we all are in here.
Yeah.
Anytime you're creating online,
yeah, it's just a hobby. That's like one of the things is like when I try and make these videos. Like, a lot of the times I try and... WWE will flag your video if you use, wrestling footage. Like, if you noticed in Doki Doki Wrestling Club, in the scene in Sayori's bedroom, you'll see, like, a reflection of some wrestling footage in the window. And that I did that as a way to get around, like, whatever content ID system WWE has, for automatically detecting wrestling video content. And sometimes there are ads on my videos. I'm pretty sure, I don't see any of that money, obviously, and I'm pretty sure WWE sees all that money because I'm using like their wrestling songs and all that sort of thing. So, I'm making WWE money somehow. It's weird.
Support the business.
Yeah, I guess and it's not like Vince McMahon needs any more money.
Sure does.
That was actually exactly what I was going to ask, because every time I've used any kind of WWE footage, even if it's just a couple snippets of it or something, it's immediately like, nope, that's theirs.
Yep.
You're going to have to do something to distort this video or reflect it or something.
I think it's particularly videos that WWE has on their own YouTube channel. Like, I had to... After the Miku video put out, when I made that video, it was all shaky cam to make it look like it was real or whatever. And then later on, I put out a non-shaky cam version of it, and that totally got flagged and, blocked because it was just, an upload of Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose and Miku. Even though Miku was in it, that was close enough to the actual video, and WWE's like, nope, can't do that.
All right. So, should we move on to the fan questions here?
Ooh, fans. I have fans now. Come on.
Yeah, you do.
You got two right here, Alfredo. Come on.
Yeah.
You sure do.
Sweet.
Okay, first one here is from Tumblr user Not Your Roommate with a googly eye cat face.
Oh, that's probably my actual roommate.
Oh, well, there you go. They ask, what are your top favorite wrestling entrance songs? Also, who's best girl and why is it Sayori?
Oh, man. Top wrestling songs. Obviously, number one right now, Shinsuke Nakamura's, his previous theme before they added the rap lyrics to it. Not like the rap is bad or anything like that. I love the the new version, but Shinsuke Nakamura's song, but his, violin entrance, which I would love. I plan on using that song in one of my videos in the future. I don't know if Doki Doki Wrestling Club is the right time to include Nakamura, but he will eventually show up in one of my videos. She said top 3? Okay, that Nakamura, I don't know, AJ Styles or something, I have no idea. And number 3, what's on my playlist right now? Johnny Gargano's theme's pretty cool. I like that.
Johnny Gargano's theme is pretty cool.
Yeah. I plan on using that soon too.
Rebel Heart.
Yeah, it's got the thing about wrestling songs is they have 3 lines of lyrics and then they repeat over and over again. Yeah, so it's hard to sing along karaoke style because it's just the same shit over again. But
they're also really slow.
Oh! Number 1 besides Nakamura, Goldust's theme. Goldust always been my favorite. Always, Goldust is best girl. Beat the Dubs. So
that's for real.
Yeah, totally. I'm into it.
Goldust is a queen.
There you go. Let's see here. Yuri Librarian asks, how much thought was put into which character would like a specific promotion and or wrestler? Also, was there a point when WWE 2K19 was going to be used for Doki Doki, or was Fire Pro planned from the start?
Ooh, okay. The first part of that question. So I always thought of Yuri, the character, as kind of a snobby, type of person. So I figured she'd be the type of person that would be into, the more interested in the wrestler's work rate than the silly, carny storylines of a typical WWE event. So I wrote Yuri to be a New Japan fan because of that. Because most people aren't New Japan for the actual wrestling part of it and not the dumb storylines. Especially since a lot of people, especially in the West, don't understand the storylines because they're the Japanese dialogue or whatever. And I wrote Natsuki. Natsuki seemed like because she's into manga, she's into very mainstream entertainment. So obviously she'd be a WWE fan. And Sayori, the thing about these wrestling videos is I don't expect people to know much about wrestling when they watch them. So I thought with Sayori, it was a good opportunity to write a character that didn't know much about wrestling, so I could use the other characters as a way to teach the viewer about, wrestling terms, like what booking is, or, what the smark is, or all this strange wrestling terminology that I think is hilarious. So that's how I came up with those, the characters and their specific wrestling interests. Oh, and Monica, she likes everything because she's Monica. I don't know. And what was the second part of the question? I forgot already.
Did you ever plan on using WWE 2K19 for Doki or not?
So, one of the things about Doki Doki Wrestling Club is I wanted to try using the Fire Pro Wrestling engine to do stuff with it. The WWE 2K games, I think they're garbage. The only thing that I thought redeeming about those games was the story designer, which I originally could use to make these silly cutscenes and stuff, but they took that out of the more recent games. The last game that had it was WWE 2K17, 16, I forget. So the latest games, I just don't think they're very good, and I have no idea how to play them. They're too complicated. So, and I think the animation style of the WWE 2K games is just so jerky and weird looking that I didn't like the matches when I recorded them in WWE 2K. At the time, it was 2K18. But 2K19, the presentation is, especially for when you create wrestlers in those 2K games, that's again, the best part about these games is the creation suites they have. I would love to recreate all these characters in WWE 2K19. I just don't know if I want the matches to be used because of how weird it looks, but maybe in future episodes I might use 2K19 or whatever, but right now I think Fire Pro looks better animation wise, so that's why I'm using Fire Pro right now.
that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
There's also the other side where the 2K games are known for looking bad.
Yeah.
And that is a lot of the charm of it, too.
Oh, yeah, that was actually a plot point in Doggone Wrestling. It was how awful, how glitchy those games are, so...
Because we've had a lot of fun building a lot of characters and building our own canons in Video Game Choo Choo. All these wonderful wrestlers. God rest to Frederick Underfunny, who's no longer with us, but will be with us again soon. He'll get better.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Perhaps the most fucked up character ever created. No other character has a cape that has a crossover between Peter Griffin and Sans that are known as Under Peter, emblazoned on the back of the cape.
Oh,
so,
man.
Yeah, Frederick
style
Underfunny.
icon.
See, these wrestling games,
Yeah,
they bring
the Under Peter cape.
the worst out of everything.
Yeah. They make monsters out of men. They really do. Okay, so let's see here. The Mighty Mighty Boss Stones also has 2 of them. Jeez, we're really getting twofers here. First one, how much time does the production of an episode of Doki Doki Wrestling Club or your past series usually take? It's that first one.
Man, months, like many months. Like I said, Doki Doki Wrestling Club took 4 months because of the having to get the voice actors. Like often, like it's the hardest part for me is starting the script. Like right now, I think I'm only like the first like scene of Doki Doki Wrestling Club episode 2 is already written all the way. So like it depends on how much free time I have, especially now that I have a real job. So it's hard to find the free time to work on the videos. So usually I would say maybe like 3 months for one episode. Like I said,
I mean, that sounds right.
Yeah.
For everything that you put into it and all of the details that are just like so perfect.
Yeah, and tons of things could go wrong. Like maybe, I'm always worried that if I don't, get on these episodes fast enough, like, maybe one of my voice actors will like quit voice acting or move on to be like a professional voice actor and they won't have time to, come back for these dumb little YouTube videos or whatever. I always worry about that sort of thing. So, but, this stuff takes time. Like Nintendo would tell you when it comes to like Metroid Prime 4 or whatever, this stuff takes time. So, if you want to make something good, it's going to, hopefully people are patient enough and will be willing to wait for, I plan on finishing this trilogy. Like a lot of my earlier stuff, I would never finish it. Like if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see all these Let's Plays that were never finished or whatever. So it was like a goal, like a specific goal with Doggone Wrestling specifically to finish the story. And I did it. I actually did it. So, and Undertale Wrestling was just 1 episode, so that wasn't even a big deal. So Doki Doki Wrestling Club, it's my next big thing to try and finish the story. I have so many ideas. I have this stupid Microsoft OneNote document open of all these ideas that I want to use at some point. All these characters I want to include. Oh my gosh, this is a lot longer than I thought it was. So yeah, many months to make 1 episode.
Okay. And second, what wrestling stable / factions would you place the girls from Zombieland Saga in if you're familiar? So do you know Zombieland Saga?
I do not know Zombieland Saga. I saw the movie Zombieland, but I assume that's not the same thing as...
It has
I also like to believe
to do.
that they are connected somehow.
Almost nothing to do with each other.
Almost nothing. So it's like Bill Murray and Zombieland Saga? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
No, it's just there's zombies in Zombieland Saga. That's really it.
So I don't know what Zombieland Saga is, but I'd probably put them in some type of club.
They just be
Undead Club.
in Bullet Club.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I don't know. They're probably not foreigners, so they probably wouldn't fit in Bullet Club. I don't know. Los Ingobernables Zombie de Zombie. I don't know.
What group would Bill Murray be in though?
Oh, Bill Murray. He started his own faction, the Bill Murray Order. So. It's really weird.
Who's in there? Who do you got with Bill Murray? Who's backing up Bill?
I don't know, that groundhog from Groundhog's Day, Phil Pucks or whatever his face is.
Phil Puxatawny.
Yeah, totally. Him, and it's like, it'll be like, yeah.
Damn. If Puxatawny Phil runs in on you, like, you're stuck in that match for the next 3 weeks.
Exactly.
Like, that means you're stuck, like, wrestling the same person for months.
Oh, so you mean it's like modern WWE? Yeah, I get it.
It's maybe that's what's happening
Yes.
in WWE.
Exactly.
God. Let's see here. An anonymous user has asked, who would win in a 3-way Extreme Rules match between Kenny Omega, Toriel, and Chiaki Nanami? And who takes the pin?
Oh, shit. Toriel can use fireballs, and that's pretty... I mean, he's at Extreme Rules, so that'd be no DQ. So, yeah, Toriel has magic.
Yep.
And, Chiaki and Kenny are big gamers, right? But, gaming isn't real life. So
they're very evasive.
Also, Chiaki... I don't know if I'm allowed to say spoilers for Danganronpa 2 in here, so maybe I won't say anything. But I don't think she has a good chance.
So you think Chiaki's taking the pin from Toriel?
Oh, yeah, totally. Toriel will probably just kill everybody. or maybe just like...
Right.
They said there were no rules. I don't understand.
Kidnap them and have them live with them forever. Whichever.
I think that's in the rules.
Yeah, there you go. Kenny would want to leave, but Chiaki would just, like, sleep all day. She'd just be like, oh, all right, big bed, food all the time. Can I play my games? All right, we're set.
Actually, Kenny's such a big Undertale fan, he'd probably just fanboy out with Toriel and totally, like, probably team up against Chiaki. Betrayal there. Swerve.
Damn, gamer against gamer. That's fucked up.
Oh, man.
If Toriel tucks you into bed, is that considered a pin?
Oh.
Yes.
If their shoulders are on the mat, yes.
I'd say yes. Let's see here. Here's an easy one, or maybe it's not.
Never is.
Yeah. Favorite wrestler?
Favorite wrestler? Oh, shoot. Right now, my favorite wrestler is probably Finn Balor.
Okay.
Beautiful man.
I met him. I made him an alpaca. Like, that was a weird... That's a weird thing.
Wait. You made him an alpaca?
All right, so before I got into this wrestling video stuff, I was known for taking these, like, alpaca plushes that you find at, like, anime conventions and dressing them up as various characters. Like, go Google alpaca adventure cosplay. That's the stuff I was doing, was making, I turned Kratos from Trails of Symphonia into an alpaca.
Bad dad.
I turned Narukami from Persona 4 into an alpaca. So, and then I started making these alpacas for wrestlers. So the first one I made was Finn Balor, and I wanted to give it to him at some point. So I made this because there was an NXT show in San Antonio. Was it San Antonio? Or it was Austin. That I wanted to meet Finn Balor at. So I made this an alpaca, and I was like, oh, I'm going to give this alpaca to Finn. It's like, oh, no, he wasn't there at the meet and greet. It was some other guy that is no longer with the company anymore. So I was like, oh, that sucks. But eventually I made so Matt Hardy was doing some indie stuff in the area in Texas, and I made a broken Matt Hardy alpaca, and I gave it to him, and he still has it, because his wife tweeted about it. And I went to WrestleMania last year and actually got a chance to meet Finn Balor. I paid like $100-something to meet him, and I gave him the alpaca. So now I don't know where the alpaca is, but hopefully Finn still has it. So also,
it is not hard to Google for, and it is absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah, that was my thing before. Like I said, before all this wrestling, so that was my creative outlet, was turning everyone into an alpaca.
That's very cute. Okay, seems like someone wants to pitch you on something here, because an anonymous person just said, what do you think of a Twin Peaks-inspired wrestling crossover?
I know who wrote this. Well, Twin Peaks wrestling crossover, I'd probably just make a replacement for Twin Peaks Season 3 and just have that be canon. because I wasn't a big fan of Twin Peaks: The Return. So I just make a new Twin Peaks season 3, and it would involve wrestlers, and Dale Cooper gets, I don't know, hit with a steel chair by Triple H, possessed by Bob. I don't know.
God.
Yeah, I can see that. Twin Peaks is also very anime.
Oh, totally. The most anime. Like, we're about to get, like, anime Twin Peaks coming out in a few days with Kingdom Hearts 3.
True. Is there any other series that you've looked at that you're just like, I could cross that over? Like, wrestling needs to be introduced to this series.
Oh, man. Ace Attorney is one I've been wanting to do for a long time. Obviously...
And you've used Ace Attorney characters in your series before.
Yes, I use Ace Attorney in Doggone Wrestling, but I would love to make an actual, like, dedicated Ace Attorney wrestling, series. So that's one I'm hoping to do at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see the judge in the ring. That would be pretty incredible.
Actually, like if I did do an Ace Attorney thing, which I will do at some point, it's going to be titled Wrestler's Court, because Wrestler's Court is a real thing, by the way, if you didn't know about it.
Yeah, Wrestler's Court's like an actual like official body that used to really reign over all of wrestling in the like states, right?
Well, Wrestler's Court is this thing where like if the locker room deems you to be a criminal in some strange like, oh, you've been doing some weird stuff in the locker room, we don't like it, we're going to put you on trial, and if we find you guilty, you have to buy us all beer or something like that. That's like a tradition. It's like a hazing thing in the wrestler locker room.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there's precedent there for wrestling trials already out there, IRL. So I think Ace Attorney would be a really good way to capitalize on that sort of thing.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Another anonymous user here asked, do you think you'll bring in more New Japan wrestling influences into your crossover videos, and who would they be? I hope Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Okay, so the thing about New Japan is I don't really watch much New Japan because WWE already takes up so much time. Like this, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown. I don't even watch wrestling. I just have it on in the background. And like the thing about New Japan also is, their shows are at such a weird time because of the Japanese, time zone or whatever. So I watched Wrestle Kingdom this year, and I actually watched the entire show. I didn't fall asleep during it or whatever, like I usually do, because it's always a weird time. So I want this to be the year that I actually get into New Japan, like legit. And like I know, because I live in Dallas, Texas, and I know that the G1 is starting in Dallas, Texas this year. So I'm really excited. I really want to learn about all these wrestlers. But I know the main guys because they were in Yakuza 6. So I know Naito and Tanahashi, Okada, and I think Naito is like super mega cool, even though I don't know anything about him. He does that eye thing and says he's tranquilo. I know that. He's got cool hair. So, especially since I'm writing Doki Doki Wrestling Club specifically with Yuri and as a New Japan fan, I definitely will include more New Japan stuff in the future. Actually, I had ideas to include Kenny Omega, but he probably won't be in New Japan anymore. That's another thing about writing these wrestling stories is because wrestling is constantly changing, like, I might have an idea originally, and because so much time has passed in the world of wrestling that things are different now. Like, I was planning on using Roman Reigns in some capacity in some of these wrestling stories, but now I can't really do that because there's some stuff going on with him IRL. So, and I think it'd be a poor taste to make jokes about Roman Reigns. So. So
right, there's a space of time because he recently got diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
That it's like, well, we can't talk about this right now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, WWE thinks, and then Vince thinks he can talk about it, but I'm definitely not. I'm not going to touch that.
Of course,
yeah.
Of course.
And like another thing about Doki Doki Wrestling Club is a lot of this came out from the poor booking that Sasha Banks and Bayley have been receiving on WWE. But hey, maybe at some point, they're actually going to push Sasha Banks again. They're going to push Bayley. They're going to fix Bayley again. So and then suddenly my whole joke about, Sasha and Bayley not having good storylines is ruined because now they're having good storylines. I don't trust WWE to actually do that, but hey, it might happen. Or maybe they'll leave, Like, Cody left WWE after I did Doggone Wrestling, so if I included Cody again, I'd have to reference him not being with WWE anymore. So, wrestling's always changing.
Yeah, does that affect your canon in any way? Do you,
yeah, you'll see.
If you have a character in Doggone Wrestling that then goes to Doki Doki Wrestling, is that all the same universe in your...
Yes, totally. If you've watched Doki Doki Wrestling Club, they reference... Monokuma. They reference a talking bear, and they reference the death of John Cena, and John Cena dies in Doggone Wrestling 6. So, and it's also referenced in Undertale Wrestling because John Cena is already dead in Undertale Wrestling, and he comes back as a persona in Undertale Wrestling.
Oh, that's right.
It's all part of the Doggone Wrestling universe. It's all canon.
And so is WWE and New Japan. So all of these are actually all canon to anime wrestling.
Sure, it all works out. Probably. I don't know. We'll see.
Following up on what Anonymous asked, have you seen the New Japan stuff in Fire Pro Wrestling?
So I haven't actually... Are you talking about the visual novel stuff?
Yeah, the visual novel stuff. I was wondering if any of that could be usable as just assets, really.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't actually got a chance to see that stuff in person. I've just seen weird screenshots of Tanahashi looks at you longingly or something weird like that. I think it's really interesting that I made Doggone Wrestling, which crossed over Danganronpa and wrestling, and the same people who made Danganronpa, Spike Chunsoft, went on to make some more Fire Pro Wrestling games, and then they make a visual novel about wrestling. So the people who made Danganronpa are making wrestling games, and now Toby Fox is making his own wrestling stuff, and I'm sure at some point Dan Salvato is going to make his own Doki Doki Wrestling Club stuff. So it just, again, it's
this all goes to your main thesis that visual novels and anime and wrestling are just the same thing.
Oh yeah, totally. I think if I ever actually did my own original story, my own original fiction, and my own original characters, it'd probably be a wrestling visual novel.
Or your own original wrestling franchise.
Oh, sure.
It would be a visual novel.
Yes.
And it's just people reading in the ring.
Yep. That'll be exciting.
All right. One last question for you, Alfredo. Mm-hmm. For the Doki Doki Wrestling podcast, how do you... I mean, you kind of talked about this, but how do you come up with your ideas for your crossovers? How do you pick which crossovers you do? And how do you pick the voices?
All right, so a lot of this came out because back in the day, I would see all this hilarious stuff, especially with VGCW and stuff, of people making Persona 4 characters in these wrestling creators. And suddenly you see a super buff Nanako or whatever. I was like, oh man, that's hilarious. So with Doggone Wrestling specifically, I wanted to see weird, I wanted to see a super buff Monokuma, but no one ever made it. So okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it. And then I made my own story based on that sort of thing. So when I decide to make a crossover, it's basically a love letter for whatever I decide to make a crossover for. Danganronpa, I really love Danganronpa, so I'm gonna mix it with wrestling and put my own touch on Danganronpa. Undertale Wrestling specifically was made just because of how much I loved Undertale. I made that in a week, so that was really interesting. And Doki Doki Wrestling Club, and I guess it's characters that really speak to me or whatever that I find really interesting, and I just want to see them and how they would react with a WWE Superstore. How would Monica react to Triple H? You know what I mean? How would Apollo Justice from Ace Attorney react with Apollo Crews from WWE? It just
yes.
So all these series that I have a big heart for. I just want to see mixed with wrestling. So that's how I pick the crossovers like that.
I really love that. Kind of piggybacking off that question also, Oh wow, I just totally blanked out on what I was thinking.
Well, we can
Never
answer the second part of this question here. How was the voice actor hiring process? How did you go about finding people?
All right, so there's this website called Casting Call Club, where people will put out auditions for, they want voices for their project, for a YouTube project. A lot of them are abridged series or whatever, people trying to make their own abridged something or another, or people trying to make an anime music video or something like that. And people post their projects on this site, and people can audition for them. And a lot of them are, basically all of them are amateur voice actors. Either they're just do it for fun, or they want to get practice before they start doing it professionally or whatever. So they'll volunteer their voice acting talent and they'll audition for it. So I just post a project on there, and hopefully I'll set a deadline and be like, okay, I'm making this weird wrestling thing. You post a character, you post what their personality is, and you give some lines for the people to record for auditions or whatever, and people submit their auditions. They submit the lines, their takes or whatever, and I just go through there and basically pick people who have good microphones. Oh, obviously, I try and I have them fit the character or whatever, and it's really interesting because there's plenty of people out there just putting in the good work to do some quality voice acting for whatever idea people have. And it's really funny because you'll see a lot of them, like I said, a lot of them are young people, high schoolers, maybe even younger than that, because they actually have free time to do this sort of thing. Or you'll go there and you'll see the weirdest projects, weirder than we're gonna do a Danganronpa Minecraft role playing session, so I need someone to voice these characters. I'm like, this is the most, this is probably a middle schooler, and I would look at some of the descriptions and someone would be like, oh, my mom allowed me to post this. I'm like, oh, this is weird. And my girlfriend makes this funny joke that I spend a lot of time talking to high school girls because they're the ones, doing the voice acting or whatever. Yep. So it's, it's weird and strange, but it's yeah. I don't know what else.
That's your industry, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not working with. You can work for professionals. A lot of these sites do have paid positions and stuff like that. You can offer people paid positions, and people can audition for paid positions. And I'm sure. And then you see it on the Casting Call Club website. It's just oh, we have people who worked for Blizzard or whatever, and so professionals use this, amateurs use this. So if you want voice acting for your videos, go put up an audition on a project on the Casting Call Club, and people will probably audition for it.
Okay.
I remember my question. I remember what it was.
Okay. Oh, go right ahead.
When it comes to these crossover ideas, when you're looking at games, you're looking at visual novels. When you play games now, do you look at games differently?
I usually don't think about crossing over stuff while I'm playing them. It's after I complete the game, oh, you know what? That really touched me. You know what? I want to create a tribute to this game. Let's put John Cena in there. That. So it's while I'm playing, assuming I have time to play games nowadays, But no, I don't think I view games differently because of all this weird stuff.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you so much for answering the questions. Yeah. We did get one standard question here, and of course you are free to participate as well. I'll just throw this out here. Shulas asks, what is the hair routine for the Resident Evil 2 main characters? Solon, you have a striking hairstyle. Maybe you can answer this properly.
Yes. So our main character, Leon? That's his name, right?
Sure.
It's Leon and Claire.
Leon and Claire. Yeah. Old Leon Kennedy, he has a very simple hair routine. It's just a little bit of water, a little bit of mousse. He puts a comb through it, and it just all falls into place. And then he still manages to waste 15 minutes more than he expects just futzing with it. Just futzing.
But how does he?
And so that's Leon's routine.
But he keeps that haircut for like a million games. Like he has the same haircut in RE6 that he had in RE2, and he's like way older at that point. You think he'd be too old for that haircut, but he still has that haircut. It's so strange.
Yep.
And also, the Quiet Man kind of has his haircut too. That's weird.
That's the only thing that the Quiet Man has that's good.
Oh,
he doesn't futz. The Quiet Man has no futzing whatsoever. He wakes up like that.
Oh man. Ugh.
All right. Well, thanks so much, everybody.
I'm now imagining
about-
Leon Kennedy is like trying to be like, how do I get that Quiet Man look? Walks into the hair salon like, here's a picture of what I want to look like. Can you do this for me?
The Quiet Man.
Give me the Quiet Man.
How about Claire? Do you think she's got a routine?
What does Claire's hair look like in this game? Does it look different?
I mean, she's just got like a ponytail. So honestly, she probably doesn't. I mean, at the very least, like the way that she is in Resident Evil 2, I kind of don't think so. It kind of looks like she just went out. She's looking for her brother. She's trying to be casual. She's just hanging out, you know? Leon frets. Claire's just like, I'm putting this up. I don't fucking care.
That makes sense. What about...
All right, well...
What about Wesker, though? Wesker's hair.
Ooh.
Wesker's hair is like... If he washed his hair, it would take like 2 or 3 washes to get the fucking gel out of his hair.
You think that...
It is encased.
Do you think it's like Umbrella brand hair gel?
Absolutely. He doesn't participate in anything that isn't Umbrella branded. He eats Umbrella brand cereal, he wears Umbrella brand shoes, drives an Umbrella car.
Oh my god.
There's no way.
He works for the company. He lives
for the company. So speaking of Resident Evil, I have been playing Resident Evil 2.
You lucky,
the remake.
Lucky dog.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it. I thought that I was gonna get the fucking Steelbook from Best Buy, but they betrayed me.
Oh, lame-o.
So I'm very upset with Best Buy. They're gonna have to say sorry to me.
Do you think Nemesis came in and just took the last copy?
Maybe, or the Mr. X or whoever.
That's right.
Yeah. But I am playing through Leon. I'm doing Leon A right now, I guess. Because you can do like Leon A, Claire B, or Claire A, Leon B, or however it works. I'm not really sure. I never played the original.
What?
Because it came out when it came out when I was really young, and I kind of didn't. I just kind of felt like, they're gonna remake it. They're gonna remake it. I'll just play the remake. It took them a long time to do it, but they did it, and I'm playing it now.
And are you thinking about going back to it at some point? I mean, the original?
Maybe, I'm not opposed. That's something that I could do. But for now, I will say this remake is excellent. It is fantastic. I love it. I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil 4, as most people with consciousness are. But it feels like it's a mixture of Resident Evil 4 and the classic way to play Resident Evil. Because, there's the item scarcity, there's the, you have to really hit the zombies in the brain to kill them. There's, the stalking enemies like your Birkins and your Mr. X's. And there's a lot more, like, opening up the world to find things. I almost want to say that this is a Metroidvania.
I can see it.
Because there's a lot of... There's not really power-ups. That's the thing that makes it not a Metroidvania. But it has that you find an item to progress to the next area, and it's about opening up the map more and more and more to progress. As you walk into a room, there's like 5 doors around you. One of them you can go into, the rest of them are all blocked off somehow. So you go into that one room, you find something in there that can either bring you to another room deeper in there, or you can head back out and open up another one of the doors. It's that kind of game, and it's very, very rewarding.
Yeah, that's totally classic Resident Evil.
Absolutely. I wouldn't say it's difficult. I was expecting it to be a little bit more of a challenge, but I'm playing on normal, and I've died once. And I don't think that's me saying, like, oh, I'm really good at this. That's more me being like, you know, it's pretty fair. Like, I haven't had a moment where I've been, like, completely out of ammo. I have hit a couple of points where, like, oh, hey, there's, like, 2 lickers in this room. I just need to book it. I'm not going to be able to kill them. But it's actually neat how, and again, because I haven't played the previous ones, once you, like, clear out a room, there's not really a chance that the zombies are going to respawn, except for very specific instances. If there is a window that the zombies can break down, then they will keep coming back through that window. But if you board the window up, like, you find, like, wooden boards around, if you board that window up, then they don't, like, respawn from there anymore.
Yeah, that was,
But...
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, if you go in and you clear out a room, it's gonna stay cleared.
Like, the zombie... I haven't played the remake yet, but the zombies coming through the window, I'm pretty sure is, like, a reference to the original RE2, because... if you played one of the scenarios first, like Scenario A or whatever, Leon A, Claire A, whatever, you would come back in Claire B, Leon B, and suddenly zombies would be in rooms that they weren't originally, because they would just crawl through the windows. And I think that's an interesting thing to change it up for the remake. So that's cool. It sounds awesome.
But yeah, I haven't gotten that far into it, so I can't say too much. I love the mechanics. I love how it feels to move around that world. It's gorgeous to look at, too. It's a very, very pretty game. Leon's a real hunk, and I'm sure everyone will be really happy about that, because he's got his pretty boy charm, and he's just like, damn it, I can't believe that I gotta do this on my first day. He cusses a lot. Like, just being confronted with, like, one zombie, you're sitting there, and I'm just trying to aim at it, and he's just going, son of a bitch! Shit! Ah, fuck! Like, and I'm just like, yeah, that's how I would be too. You're capturing the human condition here, Capcom.
I guess that's a good point. Like, when I originally saw those clips of, like, Leon or whatever, or Claire cursing at the zombies, I was like, this kind of takes me out of it. This is less scary because they're just, doing what I would do, like you said, make it more realistic, trying to offset the creepiness by just yelling at this undead thing trying to kill you, and just, you know, that was, you know, it reminds me when I originally played RE2 as a kid, I would put on mariachi music in the background to try and subvert the horror myself.
Oh, that's a great idea, though.
So I think the characters talking in the game, again, I haven't played it, so I don't actually know exactly how this affects the atmosphere or whatever. But I think that's an interesting decision for them to go with.
It's scary all throughout. Like, I am pretty consistently worried, oh, this shot isn't going to take the zombie out. Oh, I'm going to turn a corner and there's going to be 2 more than I expected. It's manageable, but it's still scary. And once they introduce, like, the chaser characters, I just started to run into Mr. X, and I'm just constantly like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Oh my god! Like, you have to plan kind of going around places. Like, you'll see him coming down a hallway, and then basically you just have to stop, look at your map, which, thank God, the game just lets you pause to look at the map, because if you didn't, I would have died like 17 more times. You just gotta stop, look at the map, and be like, okay, he's coming at me from here, there's a hallway this way, I can go that way, and like, you have to go around, but it's like, you can avoid him, and you can get him to lose your trail for a hot minute. It's planning and processing and using the map and using everything that you have in your inventory. It's very, very fun. I love it. I love it. It's great.
Yeah, that Mr. X stuff. Oh man, like watching these videos of him just showing up and like just being this imposing, like huge ass football player looking dude. Like in the original, he was kind of scary, but like he just looks hella scary in this remake. So like, I'm really excited. Like, when I was a kid, I had a Mr. X action figure, and it was really, really fun to play with. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm I'm loving it. I'm super here for this. So Alfredo, why don't you tell us about a game that you've been playing?
So like I said, I don't have much time to play games, but a game I've been playing recently is Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. It's I played the original Tales of Vesperia for like 20 hours or something like that. And then for some reason I stopped playing it. I don't know why. It was just maybe 4 years ago or something like that. And I always heard such good things about Vesperia. Like, my sister has played Vesperia for literally 200 plus hours. So, and I always thought it was a super cool game. I just, for some reason, I never really, got absorbed or entranced by the story or whatever. But playing through it now on the Switch, by the way, playing it portably because I get more time to play whenever I'm on the Switch. I'm super engrossed in it now. I love this. I love the world. I love the characters. I'm only 15 hours into it. I haven't even gotten to the part that I stopped playing in the 360 version. But I think the cast of characters is just so strong, and it's I don't know how to explain it. It's I have some nostalgia for this game that I haven't really played before. I guess it brings me back to the days of the old school JRPG. So I just think the game makes me feel good. I don't know. It's just hard to explain.
It is absolutely so empowering to have a role playing game on a portable device.
Oh, yeah.
And that wasn't something that you usually get. And I know the first Tales game that I played was actually on the Game Boy Advance, and it was Tales of what is it called? That was the SNES one.
Oh, Fantasia?
Fantasia.
Yeah.
And apparently that port is not very good. I literally saw this in a Discord chat 2 days ago. I was like, oh, that port sucked. And I was like, it's all I know.
Hey, that's just how it goes. But the thing about Tales is a lot of people were introduced to it through Symphonia on the GameCube, at least in the West.
Yep.
And there's this con in Dallas called Acelia Con, which is just all about Tales stuff, and it's a pretty it's a pretty small con, but people come from all over the states to just hang out with these people and gush about Tales, and it's you go there to the icebreaker panel or whatever, and you introduce yourself and you're like, hey, how did you get into Tales? Almost everybody says, oh, I played Tales in Symphonia. So it's
yep.
And it's grown so huge, and I missed out on a lot of it. I've only played Symphonia and basically Vesperia. My roommate tried to make me play Xillia and tried to make me play Graces, but I just never really got into it. So it's really interesting going back to this celebrated game, because people always talked high praise for Vesperia, and I can see why people like it. Though it does suck that they had to replace Troy Baker for some of the lines of this character, of the main character. The main character is voiced by Troy Baker, and there are newly recorded lines by a different person, but they still kept Troy's old lines. So it's really jarring to hear Troy's voice and then the new guy's voice in the same scene, and it really takes me out of it, which is unfortunate because Yuri is such a strong character that sometimes I wish I was playing in Japanese, but I think the dub is really good aside from that.
Mm-hmm. That's what we in the business would call Troy Faker.
That's another funny thing.
Wow.
A lot of people said, oh, they'll just get Matt Mercer because Matt Mercer is basically Troy Baker light or whatever, because he can do Troy. He can do a really good impression.
I guess they could do each other. Yeah.
But then the thing, so someone specifically asked him about if he would have done Vesperia, and Matt Mercer actually said that yes, they did contact him, but Matt Mercer turned them down. Mainly, he said the main reason is because he wanted to give someone else a chance to do some voices for the character. He also said he did not want to be considered the poor man's Baker. So,
ooh.
And it's really interesting that Troy started out doing all these weird anime games, like Vesperia and Persona and Catherine, and now he's just too Hollywood for this stuff, He's doing like The Last of Us and Uncharted and, you know, I don't know, all these like super AAA Western games, you know, Mortal Kombat or whatever. And I guess apparently some union stuff involved too, but like, I guess like the Japanese companies can't really afford Troy Baker anymore. So it's weird.
I could see that with video games and unions and how much they've butted heads with the Voice Actors Guild.
Yeah.
I could see a lot of stuff like that. Also, I do love the idea that all of your favorite anime voice actors are going Hollywood, along with all of your favorite wrestlers.
Oh man, jeez. and you know, speaking of other voice actors going Hollywood, like that remaster remake or whatever of Catherine that's supposed to be coming out this year. I'm really interested to see what they do with the English dub because, you know, like I said, you know, Troy Baker did the voice of Vincent, the main character of that game. And will he come back? You know, can they afford him? Will they get Matt Mercer to replace him? And another thing is like Laura Bailey, who did Catherine's voice. She's pretty Hollywood now too. Are they going to be able to afford her? Like, what are they going to do with the English dub of that game? Just like replace the voice actors? I don't know. It's just, I'm really curious to see what they do with that. So,
hey, you know some people. You could push them up.
Oh yeah, totally.
Send them to the big leagues.
Yeah, get Atlas on the phone and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna make Persona 5 wrestling also." Yeah.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. There you go. Thank you so much, Solon. You went to PAX.
I actually was in your home state, Alfredo.
Oh yeah,
I was in Texas.
Ooh.
And I'd never been to Texas before.
What do you think of it?
I was surprised with, I guess, just how beautiful it was. Like how elegantly designed. We were in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And I'm used to being in cities that are limited by their geographic location. Like Seattle is built between a lake and an ocean, and it sucks. Like it is all hills. It is like, who put a city here? This is a bad idea. But San Antonio is just a big flat area. Mm-hmm. You could build whatever you want, however you want it. And so they built a big, beautiful flowering spider web.
What?
Yeah, if you look at San Antonio, it's a big wheel with lots of interweaving highways and stuff. And so it was like, wow, this is a super easy city to commute in. Everything is 6 or 7 minutes away by Uber or Lyft. And just everything was just really in proximity to each other. And then I could basically do whatever I wanted in the city. And that was awesome. On top of that, it was also beautiful to look at. It was just like a really pretty area. I got to see what real cactuses look like for the first time.
That's very strange. I don't think I've seen a real cactus, and I live in Texas. Did you go to the Alamo?
I did not go to the Alamo.
Did you go to
I forgot all about
wax museum across the street from the Alamo that has a wax statue of John Cena?
Dude, I only saw the outside of it, and I saw some statues of some folks I didn't really appreciate, and I was just like, you know what, I'm going to leave this one where it is. Also, the wax figures kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Last time I was in San Antonio, there was a wax statue of John Cena, and I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, that does sound amazing. There were also, like, video games there.
Oh, yeah.
Just a lot of video games because of PAX South. And that whole event, everyone was right. They all said, hey, it's the chill PAX. It's a PAX where you can go and chill. And I was like, wow, this is so chill. Because I'm used to PAX West, which is like 4 days, but actually more like 6 days, but actually more like 10 days of 24-hour, everything is happening constantly. And you don't really get to sleep much.
Damn.
It's just, there's just business is happening everywhere. PAX South is chill.
Yeah, that's interesting because I went to PAX South the first year they did it, and like it was my one and only PAX because I was super jealous of all the other people going to PAX and seeing all this crazy shit happen over there. And then I went to PAX South, it was like there's like nobody here, and like you know it's a positive thing for you, like you said, but like for me, I was like, man, I wish we could have done all that crazy shit over that they do in PAX East and PAX Prime or whatever. And I think PAX South was like there was like, I don't know, but tell me about what happened there.
So what that really helped me with is I got to play a lot of video games, way more than I would at PAX West. And all of them are indie games. All of them are tabletop games. And it meant that I had direct access to all of the creators of these indie games too.
Awesome.
And so that was what was like really special about the whole experience. Also, Twitch wasn't there.
Whoa.
Just there was no Twitch presence, and there was a huge Mixer presence. Which was really strange. It felt like it was like a takeover. There were by count a little under 300 Mixer partners there.
Damn.
Out of the about 6,000 or so attendees total.
I didn't know there were Mixer partners.
Yeah, there were Mixer partners that came from all over the country. Like this was their convention. And they put on a bunch of amazing parties and professional mixers for the Mixer partners. There were Mixers. And so, like, I was palling around with some of my friends who are partnered on Mixer. And it was just like, wow, they got a ton of opportunity just from going to this. And it was like black and white compared to what I've seen Twitch partners get from Twitch. I was like, wait, your live streaming service is actually going to like help you talk to like Corsair or talk to hardware developers or Gunner glasses or stuff like that and actually like get you in the door with them? That's really nice.
That's good.
So yeah, that was a really cool experience. I'm trying to think of what else happened there. It was the Mixer thing shook me. The talking to all the video games, I saw a ton of cool games. Did y'all know Freedom Planet 2 is coming out?
No.
Because Freedom Planet 1 was awesome, and Freedom Planet 2 is like coming out in a couple of months.
Whoa.
And it looked like leaps and bounds beyond what Freedom Planet 1 was. It's like, oh, now we've gone from, we're making a Sonic clone that's way better than any Sonic game ever made, to this is Freedom Planet, this is who we are. It was like a really resounding statement of like, we're making something way beyond Sonic clones. You really can't even call it that anymore because it's so it's so found its own legs. I'm trying to think what else. I've got an article that's coming out that kind of lists all of the games that are like, hey, these are games coming out in the next couple months. These came from PAX South. They're all awesome. But there's only one that I really didn't get to explain very clearly because it was the weirdest, like, there's a lot of games where it's like, I know what I'm going to get into with this. I know, like, if I pick up a Vlambeer game, it's like, all right, I'm going to be, this is Nuclear Throne, but now it's in space. And so, like, there's stuff that you know what you're getting into. There was this game called Mage Quit.
Weird.
And it was all wizard dueling. You're just a bunch of wizards, and it's like 10-player versus.
Whoa.
And so you can have like 10 people on the couch playing with you.
What kind of couch?
And
would that be?
They had 2-tiered couches there.
Holy shit.
It was actually a pretty elegant like setup they had because they just had like the soccer benches style. And so they had 2 rows. So you'd have 5 in the front, and then it was like stadium seating. So 5 in the back, 5 in the front. And there were 10 USB controllers that were all hooked up underneath the like cords went underneath the chairs and into the box. It was like, wow, this is really great. Good job with this booth. Because then they had 2 sets of those. That was 20 controllers in 1 booth worth of space. Anyway, an elegant booth. But you're wizard dueling, and you start with just 1 spell that's like just on your X button. It's like, you shoot a projectile. It's going to be an earth or an air or a water element, and you get to choose what it is. And everyone, all 10 of you, like round robin pick. Like, I'm going to be earth. Okay. And then you picked earth. I'll be water. Sure. And y'all duel with it, and nobody knows what they're doing. They're all just kind of like waving their sticks at each other, and magic comes out of the other end. And everyone dies except one person. You get points based on how many people you took out of the arena. And then another round starts, and you select a new ability. And this time it's like your defensive ability. And there's another round robin picking based on who got the most kills and who didn't. And then another round starts, and you do that like 10 times. And so after 10 rounds, you've built an entire wizard.
What?
Yeah. So you've got your offensive skill, you've got your defensive skill, you've got a movement spell, a spell, a utility spell, and it's like, oh wow, I made a whole damn Overwatch character in like 6-7 minutes. And it was just stuff that I picked. I kind of cobbled together this wizard out of a bunch of scraps. And then by the like 8th round, you get like, all right, this time we're picking our ultimate abilities. And by then you're like, all right, I don't know what the hell's happening anymore, because every time I get a new button, I don't know what any of these spells do. I'm just going to press this button and something big's going to happen. And it was awesome. It was like surprisingly cool. When you look at it, you look at videos of it, it kind of looks like just chaos is happening. And when you're actually playing it, it doesn't feel like that at all. It feels kind of like Magicka. You ever gotten to see that game? Another just wizarding game. These wizard spells happening everywhere. And in Magicka, it's also equally kind of obtuse what's going on the screen. You just see like, spells going everywhere, and then explosions happen. Nobody really, even the players aren't quite sure what's going on. It's that level of mayhem, but now it's just you and all your friends on the couch.
Hell yeah.
And so, yeah, it was, that was probably the one that surprised me the most.
That sounds crazy.
So,
that sounds...
Yeah, I've got oh, sorry, go for it.
Oh, I was just saying, like, is this a sort of, like, game that people would, like, be able to actually set up with 10 controllers?
That's what I'm wondering.
Like, is there... I mean, it sounds like it'd be, like, just local only, right?
Yeah, this is actually... it is going to be online.
Oh, really?
So you'll be able to play it over the nets. But there is some beautiful chaos to just the idea that you could, if you wanted to, call your friends over, tell them, hey, bring your controller, plug it into my PC, I've got a USB hub, because we're going to make a mess tonight.
Come in my 2-tier couch.
Yeah. We're double-decker in the bunk beds.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Hey, did you know that they're making a Halo plus Portal combo?
What? Who's making that?
Yeah.
Who said that?
This is a indie company called 1047 Games, and I got to see them show off in the PAX Arena a game called Splitgate.
Whoa.
Arena Warfare. That is literally Halo and Portal.
It's like
so
multiplayer?
Yep.
Damn.
Yep, it is like you're just in an arena, multiplayer deathmatch. All of the weapons are strictly like Halo types of multiplayer metaguns, so it's literally just battle rifles and snipers and shotguns. And then you have portals. You could just place a portal on any of the surfaces around the area. There's like places that you are allowed to put portals, and that's what you use to like flank the enemy. And you the way that I was watching this all unfold, I was like, this is going to be chaos. This is absolutely beyond what makes sense. It's just going to be a portal heavy game where someone just sneaks up on someone camping and shoots them. And it was like, no, it ended up being really strategic. There were call-outs that were happening where the one team would group together into like a room and wait for the other team to call out what room that is before they would launch their portals to actually like separate rooms and scatter. So that once they the other team landed there, it was like a what's that called? A phalanx, basically. Like, it was like, oh, you're now exactly where I thought, and they'd swoop back in through their portals and take them out.
That's crazy.
And I was like, what?
That's insane. That's weird.
Right? It was so cool. The interesting thing was that you can't see into enemies' portals.
Wait, what?
So you can go through an enemy's portal,
But you can't.
but you're not able to see what's on the other side. You can see through your own portals, and your enemies can't see through yours. And so you can take the risk to follow someone through their portal, expecting that they don't know you're following them.
And they could like,
But if they do know, they can turn around and pop you.
or they could like set a trap for you or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy. What's the name of this game?
There's a lot of that happening. This is Splitgate, and it's in alpha right now. It's gonna be out in a couple of months, about probably April or May area, in Q2.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think those were some of the most exciting stuff that I saw on the PAX South show floor.
Thank you so much.
I have a question about PAX South.
Yeah, I've got your answers.
How was the cosplay?
Oh, the cosplay was it was interesting because at PAX West, I'm used to like very heavily organized cosplays. It's going to be groups of 30 to 60 people, all with the same group cosplay idea, same franchise or something.
Yeah.
And PAX South was way more creative. It was a little more sparse, maybe even a little more Spartan than like a normal anime convention would be. But just wild stuff. I saw someone dressed up not as an Overwatch character. They dressed, their cosplay was the what's the big German dude with the
Reinhardt?
hammer? Reinhardt. Good old Reinhardt. Someone dressed up as Reinhardt's shield. Just the shield. And they stuck themselves up against a wall. And so it was just like a shield floating on a wall. It was like a bunch of blue, like saran wrap looking stuff for like 13, 14 feet. It was like, what?
It's fucked up.
We were trying to figure out if this was some kind of weird like Castlevania trap or...
That's always fun. Guess the cosplay.
Nope.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, probably the only thing that I kind of got up to recently was I went to a card shop and played Yu-Gi-Oh with real people.
What?
That was fucked up.
That's real?
Oh,
Yeah.
Real duels?
I did real duels in real
Whoa.
life. It was maybe the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. I mean, I don't know. I just felt like I needed to update everyone on that because, you know, I played duels in real life, so y'all can judge me on that.
Did you win?
I guess.
Are you winning, John?
Oh, hell no.
Did you get sent to the Shadow Realm or whatever?
We all live in the Shadow Realm. What are you
That's
talking
true.
about?
You're right. You're right. You're not wrong.
How's your soul doing?
Do you really want the answer to that question? So let's see here. I guess I'll talk about some recent news here because, there's like one big piece of news that happened, and it's maybe the weirdest thing that could have happened. So earlier, Nintendo posted a video. Which, you know, Nintendo just dropping a news thing by itself is already kind of weird in the era of Nintendo Directs. But Nintendo dropped a video where the developer, the executive officer at Nintendo, Shinya Takahashi, came on the video and said, we are still making Metroid Prime 4, but we have scrapped everything we did before. We've scrapped Metroid Prime 4 and we're restarting production with Retro Studios. It's probably the wildest thing ever. Like, they're still going to have Kensuke Tanabe, like, in charge of the project, but it's Retro now. Retro is back working on Prime once again.
An entirely different studio, an entirely different continent.
Yeah. They say here, we did not make this decision lightly. This change will mean restarting development from the beginning, so the completion of the game will be delayed from our initial internal plan. Strongly recognize that this delay will come as a disappointment to many fans who've been looking forward to the launch of Metroid Prime 4. Just wild.
I know.
And the news that followed that up was that Retro's ready for this.
Yeah, so, not necessarily news, but some talk from Game Informer folks. They basically said, Retro actually did a pitch for Metroid Prime 4 a while ago, so they have an idea. This isn't going to be like, they're going to have to, do, a story plan and all that. Like, they have a concept here.
Retro didn't wake up this morning and was like, wait, us? Okay.
Yeah, they want to do this. They want to do this. And the other interesting thing is that the same source said that there is going to be a Metroid Prime Trilogy port to the Switch.
I'll buy it.
And there are other Metroid things in the works.
What?
Didn't get specific about it, but
Metroid Racer.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Metroid wrestling game.
Yeah, where's Metroid Wrestling? Come on, Alfredo. Chop, chop.
That's a joke, but a Chozo wrestling would be awesome.
All the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Just buy a copy of WWE 2K19. Make it yourself.
There you go. But yeah, so I was almost ready to be like, yeah, Prime 4 is coming out this year. Now, that's going to be like a 2021 game.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a while. I don't know. I'm glad that they took the time to say, hey, look, this wasn't good enough for everyone. We're giving this to somebody else. Something interesting that I heard about this too. I'm not 100% sure about this, but our friend Steven, who is very into first-person shooter games, loves Doom and is friends with the people that make Dusk and all that shit. Good dude. Talked about how their motion sickness is more prevalent in Japan. Japanese folks get motion sick a lot easier. So that might be kind of part of the reason why, because first-person shooters sell like shit in Japan because they can't play it. It makes them motion sick. So maybe the people making Metroid Prime 4 trying to make it like a Metroid Prime game couldn't do it properly because it messed with them.
Weird.
So, having an American studio make it makes a little bit more sense in that regard.
It brings up this question what has Retro been working on? If they're just now starting Prime 4, what have they been working on since Donkey Kong whatever?
So there has been a lot of talk about it, and a lot of your Liam Robertsons and people that do all the Nintendo leaks. Mm-hmm. Everyone's shocked that they haven't announced what Retro's been working on, because supposedly it's been that Star Fox racing game. Uh-huh. And so I guess they've just been sitting on that.
You're like, no, we want to work on Metroid again.
It's so weird because you're working with Nintendo, and Nintendo is such a just mystery box of it's a black box of who knows what's going on the other side of things. And that's what made this morning, when we all got the news at the exact same time from this same weird white void YouTube video, all the more strange, is everyone's tuning in because it's wait, we gotta see what's behind the curtain. We gotta see what's behind Nintendo. And you're like, this is bad news. Oh, this is bad news. Ooh.
To some people, it's bad news in the sense that, we have to wait for this game, but it's also kind of good news because if Metroid Prime 4 was going to be bad, that would have been awful, and people would have rather that not happen. And two, a lot of people wanted Retro to make Prime 4, and now they get what they want.
Yep.
So it's not
really
bad
that.
News.
And the interesting thing is, though, they didn't sugarcoat it in any way, because that was what was most interesting. Is you're watching this man in the white void, looking like he's about to break down, just delivering something that is I may do damage to our stock right now just by saying this. That's kind of the gravitas of him in the business suit, but in the white void. I'm going to say something that is dangerous. And he says it, and he doesn't sugarcoat it. It's just it's not we are looking for new options for our Metroid Prime to increase its value to you, the consumers. It's yeah, we didn't get this right, guys. We're going to take 2 on this. Let's go send it back to the drawing boards. We're going to send it to our boys over at Retro, and they're gonna fix us up real good. I hope. It's gonna take a long time, but that's where we're at right now here at Nintendo, the Willy Wonka video game studios. And so it was just weird. Because we never get news good or bad, but usually when we do, it's like something that's like got a lot of Nintendo spin on it. And this was just real talk.
Yeah, it's very strange. Like, why even, like, I understand, like, this is a good thing that we're learning about this now, but what do you think would have happened if they just hadn't said anything? And it comes out, like, 3 years from now, and, Retro's on it. Weird.
I mean, that's kind of something that we're used to, is just, like, we're used to, like, what happened to that Star Wars game last week? Oh, it's just gone now.
Well, that's true. But this is Metroid. This is something that... and I always thought it was weird that we never saw anything about Metroid Prime 4. Like, at least when Metroid Prime 3 was released, we got like a, Samus in her ship or whatever. We haven't seen anything about this. And, like, we won't see it anymore for a while.
Yeah, he even said it was like, at least the way that it sounded like in the video was just like, yeah, sorry, y'all haven't seen this for like 2 years. It was the E3 before last year's E3. Our bad. We're not good at talking about Metroid.
They're not. No, this is very true.
We assure you, we really love Metroid. We want to do right by Samus.
So here we go. Federation Force 2. Let's do it. Other M2.
Samus Hunters.
Samus Strikes Again.
Do it.
So speaking of which, Alfredo, you did actually want to touch on the new thing that happened with Travis Strikes Again.
Oh my gosh, this is so weird. Like, I haven't played Travis Strikes Again. I'll probably buy it this weekend and not play it like I usually do with video games. But like, they released an update today apparently, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't remember. That had a new intro to the Travis Strikes Again, and this one ties directly into the video game Killer 7, featuring a character from Killer 7 in the art style of Killer 7 with the same voice actor from the character from Killer 7. I'm like, what the heck is this game? I've been reading spoilers of Travis Strikes Again. I have no idea what this game is, but now I really want to play it just because of this updated intro, because I love Killer 7. And, maybe they'll make a new Killer 7, or maybe they'll make a new No More Heroes. I don't know what Suda's doing. I don't know what he's doing. I like it, though.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's just such a weird thing to update a game and add an intro to an existing game. Well, I guess they did this with The Quiet Man also, but... it's such a weird thing to... Like, is Suda even allowed to make another Killer 7? Like, isn't that a Capcom property? Like, how is this...
Who knows?
Like, I don't know. Like, they don't say Killer 7 in it. It just looks a lot like it. And it sounds a lot like Dan Smith from Killer 7. So maybe this is just some weird marketing ploy specifically targeted at me to make me buy Travis Strikes Again. I don't know. But I'm interested.
Gotta get the Alfredo push.
Oh, yeah. Travis Strikes Again. No More Heroes Wrestling coming soon, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, like the way that they've revealed this here, the full tie-in is that Badman is actually this character, Birkin, who was originally in a Killer 7 like mini novel that Suda wrote that's called Killer is Dead, which doesn't have anything to do with the actual Killer is Dead, but
what?
So yeah, yeah, I know it's wild. Like he's like Badman was written of like back in 2005.
Yes.
And so now he's finally getting tied in with No More Heroes and Killer 7. Like it's all becoming one universe, because like Killer 7 was in the same universe as like Silver Case and Flower, Sun and Rain, and now No More Heroes is in the same universe. It's crazy. Like, and who knows how serious this is? Like, it might just be because, this is supposed to be like the Grasshopper 20th anniversary game, so who knows if it's actually like truly gonna be like, oh yeah, no, this is gonna take. But I guess we'll find out when No More Heroes 3 comes out.
It's super interesting because I when No More Heroes 1 first came out, and at the end of No More Heroes 1, there's a dude that comes out, and people were always assumed that was Garcian from Killer 7, and they tried to tie it together there. But no, it's just a weird coincidence. But this is just so on the nose. Killer 7, No More Heroes in the same universe. Even though, like, I've read people's, analyses, and, like, it doesn't make sense with the plot of Killer 7 because how the world in Killer 7 is so strange and weird because of the politics of Japan, the USA. Like, I barely remember the actual story to Killer 7 because I was, like, a teenager when I played it. So a lot of that stuff went over my head. But, like, it's just so... Like, I remember... So there's a character in Killer 7 named Travis, and I always, when they announced No More Heroes, and there was a new guy named Travis Touchdown, I was like, oh, is that the same guy? But no, it's not the same guy. Or could it be the same guy now? I don't know. And, like,
they got us.
There is so the character Travis in Killer 7, he always wears these weird shirts with weird stuff on it. And one of the shirts he wears is a shirt that says Bad Girl on it. I'm like, was this all planned from the beginning? Like, bad man, bad girl, Travis, or is it just a weird Suda thing that he just, I don't know. We'll never understand Suda, I don't think. But I want Killer 7 to, please. Or Killer 7 remake, whatever. I want it.
Suda's got to go on WWE.
Look, Suda's a big wrestling fan, so
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised that happened, so...
Yeah, like, we actually did an interview with Suda once, and it was very funny because, when he was talking to our interviewer, the person we sent in to interview, Andy, they are also a huge New Japan fan, so, like, Suda and Andy were just, like, sitting there talking about wrestling, and, like, when Andy had to leave to let the next interviewer in, Suda was, like, legitimately upset that he couldn't keep talking about wrestling.
Wow.
It was really good.
Yeah, Suda, like, I remember he made that one I think maybe it was a Fire Pro game, I don't know.
It was, but yes, he made a Fire Pro game.
With that weird storyline, with the dark ending of the wrestler killing himself, I'm like, whoa. Damn.
Only Suda would do that, yeah.
I'm going to be the next Suda. Watch. It's going to happen.
There you go. Solon, what else have you been up to?
The only other thing I've been up to is Kingdom Hearts is out next week, and I'm almost done. I'm, like, literally prepared to finish fully understanding. It's been a month-long run-up to finally getting to Kingdom Hearts 3, but tonight is the night, as they say in wrestling theme songs. Tonight is the night that we are going to go understand Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, the final game in the series. And so last week I was in PAX South, but while that was happening, I had the boys play The World Ends With You, which is not a Kingdom Hearts game, but is kind of tied in loosely enough to where I let them play that because they hadn't played that before, so I could go to PAX South and not miss any Kingdom Hearts stuff. It was a selfish ploy, but I came back. They did an amazing job of hosting the entire live stream for like 24 hours straight, playing the entire game, and I came back and nothing was on fire. And they were like, wow, that game was really incredible. And I'm like, yes, I'm glad it still holds up.
Yeah,
so they did that. I am getting ready to play Dream Drop Distance right now. And we looked back through literally all the stuff that we've done, which is about like probably 75 or so hours of just stuff over the last 3 weeks. And we looked back through everything. We were like, oh shit, we forgot an entire branching storyline. And so tonight I have to also pick up on, we missed the Riku storyline in Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. And so we're going to go back, watch all the cutscenes to that, and then get into Dream Drop Distance, and then we're done.
Is that it?
We wrap that up. We watch the hour-and-a-half long final cover. Bing, bang, boom. We're ready for Kingdom Hearts 3, and hopefully we will have fully understood everything about Kingdom Hearts up to this point.
Mm-hmm. How much do you understand right now?
God, nothing. Oh. sometimes I think about it and I feel like I could feel my brain leaking out of my ear through like a sieve. But then there's other times where I'm like, God, this story rules. Like, it's just so... there's a lot going on, but it's completely grounded in this good guy, bad guy dichotomy of light and darkness. And they throw in kind of a middle ground idea of like heart is like the grounding force between light and darkness. It's like the normal force versus gravity.
Oh yeah, of course.
And it's like, this is just nuanced enough to be more interesting than like Star Wars. Star Wars is not interesting. Just they have light side, they've got dark side. It's very like the dichotomy is very, very stark, and you're either a good guy or you're evil. This explores that a little bit in a more nuanced way, just because darkness is just a force in your life, light is another force in your life, and you have to figure out your own path down that, and how you interact with other people, and how you build friendships and allyships based on that for your own power or for your own love, or however you build friendships and familial relationships up for is completely up to you.
Wow.
And that's been really nice. That's like every time we finish one of these games, we're just like, God, having friends is awesome.
It sounds very anime.
Yeah.
Therefore, it sounds very wrestling.
It's a little bit wrestling. When we played Birth by Sleep 2 weeks ago, and I finally got to meet who are our three friends: Aqua, Terra, and not Roxas. The little guy. Other guy. This is what I'm saying, is like it leaks out of my brain, like my brain pan the moment I think about it. Maybe that's like what Nording feels like. But the three of them, it's like, yeah, this is a stable right here.
Yeah, man.
These three are gonna go and rot. Oh, and they heel turned. All right,
What?
never mind.
Oh no.
Ooh. Terra runs in with the Keyblade and smashes Aqua over the back of the head. And you're like, damn, you got me again, Disney.
Ventus is the other guy.
Thank you so much.
I just looked that up. Yeah, my girlfriend's been playing all the Kingdom Hearts games leading up to Kingdom Hearts 3 also. Even though she played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 originally. And then she found out she had to play all the other games too to understand what's going on in KH3. So...
yeah, they're all great. Like every single one that I've played has just been a delightful time, and like better than the one before it. And that was kind of the most exciting part, was like I was getting into these smaller games, or what I thought were smaller games like Chain of Memories and Birth by Sleep. I'm like, these are actually really fun.
Yeah, I've been tempted to go down the Kingdom Hearts hole for a while now, but it's so intimidating. There's so many different games, and KH3 is coming out next week. I'm like, oh man, people have been waiting forever for this game. You know,
I think my recommendation is just go straight to Kingdom Hearts 3.
I've been tempted to do that just to see if I can understand what's happening. We'll see about that. I don't know.
Because the story that goes into this is honestly not that complicated. There's a lot of characters, but not more than any other story. I mean, you're talking about Killer 7, where like one person is 7 people, is actually legitimately a step more complicated than Kingdom Hearts.
Well, I've heard things about how many people are 8 people in Kingdom Hearts.
I know. People say that, but it's a lot more stark than what people make it out to be.
There's a lot of characters on that cover. It's like 13.
No, that's just one group.
365 over 2 people.
That's the right number of characters.
I don't know. I love Kingdom Hearts. I like, even though I haven't really played all of them, I just love how strange the naming schemes are for these games. I really need to take a note from Tetsuya Nomura and make Doki Doki Wrestling Club over to back cover fragmentary passage, point 2, super turbo, whatever.
Yeah, throw some Greek letters in there.
I'm into it.
There you go.
That's the Kingdom. We'll see you next week for the third one.
Wonderful. Okay, so yeah, I mean, geez, it feels so wrong doing the question stuff at the beginning because now I'm like, oh wait, we're done.
That's it, dude.
All right.
Whoa.
Yeah,
John,
all
you
right.
made it.
Oh, okay. Well, that should do it for this week's show. Again, I would like to thank Alfredo for being on. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is a real good time.
Thanks for having me on. You know, I haven't done a podcast that's not my own in a long time, so sorry if I took up too much time. I don't know.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. And Solon, thank you for being on as well, of course.
Oh, thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
Alfredo, where can we find you? And go ahead and plug your stuff.
All right. So you can find me on Twitter at JRDIZON. You can also follow me on Instagram, Alfredo DIZON. And YouTube channels are weird, so just go to wrestlingisanime.com and you'll find all my weird wrestling stuff from Undertale Wrestling, Doggone Wrestling, and of course Doki Doki Wrestling Club. Wrestlingisanime.com.
Mm-hmm. All right. Solon, is there anything you want to plug?
Oh, yeah. We're going to be on youtube.com/SolonFace all weekend for Kingdom Hearts. It's going to be Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be how long? Like 45 hours?
Probably.
We're going to be there. We'll have the timer running.
There you go.
And we're going to be on Twitch and on Mixer now because we got hooked in.
Hell yeah.
So it's going to be restreamed through all 3 places. We'll have the VODs saved up and all the clips on Twitch. Mm-hmm. And it's just going to be an amazing, wild adventure that we're going to have together.
Great. All right. If you want to follow along with Chooch, it's at VGChoochoo is the Twitter account. Tumblr is videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com. We have our Discord server, which is thegamezone.zone. If you type that into your web browser, it'll bring you straight there. And also, our Twitch is twitch.tv/VGChoochoo. I forgot to stream this week, so I did it a day late. But I still did it. So next week we'll play midweek Momodora. I'll play some more Momodora Reverie Under the Moonlight on Wednesday, hopefully, I remember. And finally, I'd like to thank Magic Circuit /Melt Channel for our theme song, which is Magic is Real off the album... no, it's Crush off of the album Magic is Real.
There we go.
You do this for months and months and months and you still fuck it up. I'm like looking at myself in the mirror right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, it's Crush off the album Magic is Real. You can find more Melt Channel music at meltchannel.bandcamp.com, and you can find their new stuff at soundcloud.com/magic-circuit, or on Spotify as Magic Circuit. I found that out. It's on Spotify. And if you really like us, go to patreon.com/VGCC. Just $1 will get you our anime podcast a whole week early. So if you like anime, and I guess if you listen to this, you must either like anime or wrestling.
The same thing.
Yeah, the same thing. Just go to Patreon and you can listen to the podcast.
Chuchagatari, unlimited train works.
Yes, unlimited train works. All right, and that will do it. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. Thank you.
Hey, Alfredo.
What's up?
Is wrestling real?
Oh, hell yeah. It's the most real. Just like anime.
So anime's real too.
Of course.